I've been thinking about creativity and the importance of creativity in a variety of aspects of our lives. Not just, I think, the natural inclination of creativity for entrepreneurs or founders or leaders, and the essential nature of creativity in some of those roles. I think creativity is imperative independent of role or stage of life. And so as I've been thinking about this, a couple weeks ago I finished listening to a book, The Practice by Seth Godin. And as I've been thinking about creativity, and I went back and reviewed my notes from the book, and I'm sort of succinctly giving a quick 5-bullet summary on the book Creativity by Seth Godin, and want to kind of talk a little bit about how to apply this depending on independent of your roles. So Seth is a writer. He's a coach for a lot of writers, and so take that for what that is. But the first one, ship on schedule, not on inspiration. And I think if you're a service provider, or you support service providers, or independent of what situation you're in, how does that apply to you sticking to a schedule of shipping on that schedule? So the practice, that's where he talks about this practice, getting the practice of constantly shipping and creating a discipline. So maybe this is routines and habits to whatever that looks like within your role or roles. 2, creativity is an action, not a feeling. Again, I think this revolves around this discipline. Do the work and creativity flows. And so becoming somewhat repetitious in those activities will create flow states and space for creativity. 3, redefine creative work. I love this idea of generosity, and for me it sort of shifts the paradigm of this idea of always being original, creating new ideas, whether you're if you're servicing customers, and always having to come up with something original, to being useful to someone. And I think that idea, if the creative work is with the mindset of being useful to someone, I think there's less pressure to that. 4, trust the process and detach from the outcome. I know in a capitalistic world, everything is about outcomes, and that's in many ways the harsh reality. But I think for a lot of us, there are processes already established, and when we trust the process is going to deliver the outcomes. And so if we're just focused on the outcomes, that creates this extra pressure, and I think all this pressure and stress stifles creativity. And so just trust the process. And 5, treat your imposter syndrome as a signal you're innovating, not a problem to fix. Look, we all have it, independent of our roles. Whether you're a father or mother, or you're a sibling, or you're friend, business leader, whatever it is, I think we all have this imposter syndrome. Either I'm not deserving, or I'm not prepared, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not experienced, or whatever those things that we tell ourselves. Forge ahead. I just love the whole narrative that Seth provides, that this is a signal you're innovating, and just keep going. Quit. That is a distraction, a detractor from forging ahead on the creativity. So hopefully something in here is applicable to you and what you're working on, and I hope you have an awesome week. Thanks.